Hello. For the next few minutes, I'd like to talk about the Chinese New Year, the holiday, as well as a little bit about what actually is the Chinese year. Well, I was surprised to learn that the Chinese year does not work the same as the Western Christian year does. Our year works off of the solar calendar, and the Chinese work off of the lunar calendar. Well, when compared side by side, if you start the lunar and the solar at the exact same point, at the end of the lunar year, you're going to be 11 days behind the solar year. Now, in order to catch up, after a couple years, you end up very far behind. So they add in a month to the lunar year to catch it up to the solar. Similar to how we have a leap year every 4 years to actually have our calendar end when the planet's, what it was actually based off of. So just to get caught up, they add in a month. Now, the Chinese year does not ever begin or end on the same point in consecutive years. It always ends between January and February, and begins between January and February, but it is not the same day every year. Like ours is January 1st, theirs is scattered. And so it does make things like farming and other agricultural seasonal decisions and timing very difficult, which is why they have to do that lunar year adjustment every so often. Now, every year is assigned an animal, one of 12 animals. This year was the year of the goat, and next year is the year of the monkey. There are actually 12 animals, and it is based off the Chinese zodiac, and every animal is typically either stubborn or friendly or the disciplinarian with their children, or more fun-loving. And it is not a hard and fast rule, but it is fairly typical of people born in those years. I personally, born in 1985, looking at the zodiac, was born in the year of the ox. Fairly stubborn, somewhat of a disciplinarian, likes to follow the rules. That's fairly accurate. Now, the Chinese New Year, they don't have Christmas over in China, so I would say out of all their holidays, this is probably the closest one. The entire country gets all dolled up. They decorate with a lot of red. Red is seen as a color that brings prosperity, a symbol of prosperity and success, and they are a very superstitious country and people, so they like to do as much as they can to bring good luck and to bring prosperity. Anything that reminds them of it is a good thing to do, hoping that it will bring more prosperity and good luck. So red is seen as that. You can buy everything from red underwear to red decorations for your house. Even businesses decorate their businesses with a lot of red decorations. Another common thing, way that they celebrate, is with dragon dances. We've seen these in films such as Mulan and other Chinese features, where the people are dressed up in these very large dragon costumes and dance around. But there's also other cultural traditions where you pray to your ancestors, and you pray to any gods that you believe in. They have several different gods: the earth, the wind, and so on and so forth. And this would be the time where they purposefully set aside time to pray to those gods. It is also a time where a lot of family gets together. In fact, one source that I was reading mentioned that traditionally the families would go to the side of the male. In a married couple, they would go to the male's family. Well, in modern times, with women's liberation coming about and women having more rights, it has actually become a stumbling block for couples as to which side of the family to go to, because the women are putting their foot down saying, I want to go see my family, and the husbands are saying, no, we're going to mine. And there have been divorces over such a thing. We've seen this in the Western culture, but it is only now becoming commonplace in the Eastern world. But along with getting together with family, there's also gift giving. It is not quite as prominent as Christmas, where it is pretty much what you do at Christmas time, but it is a common thing to do. One way we see this is in the red pocket money. It's actually a red envelope, and you put money in it, and they say that it is mostly for children or retired people. It is not common to give it to the working adult. I don't know if they just don't need it, or if it's a sign of I'll last it all. Not cool.